Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be talking about Viva la Vida by Coldplay. Eric requested the song and I think it's a really good one for everyone to learn because in my own experience, I think basically every wedding I've played in the past 2 or 3 years, they've requested this song. So someday when you're all making money playing weddings, this is going to be a great one to know. We're going to be playing it in G major, which is not the original key. So I posted a play along video in the description of this video. I'll start by doing the play along and then we'll do a little bit of a tutorial. Alright, so as I mentioned, this is in G major, and at the beginning we just loop 4 notes, and that bass line is really the driving force to the whole song. So I really encourage you to spend a lot of time playing this, and this is really a great cello line. So to play this, we're going to want to use nice short crisp bows near the frog. I think for this type of sound it's really important that we start with the bow firmly on the string. If you start with the bow in the air, you're going to get kind of a weak sound and not what we want to set up this kind of epic song. So again, just 4 notes there. We have C, D, G, E. So you can even start by just playing those 4 notes before you play the rhythm. Next, we're going to start adding this funky rhythm, which again is really kind of the heartbeat of this song. So we start with 3 C's, and then we have a 4th one, which is kind of like an interruption, and we use as our transition to the D. So then the rhythm on the D's is a little bit different. Once we do the I like pizza, I like pizza. And that is the 2-bar rhythmic group that repeats over and over again throughout the piece. So once we do that on the C and then the D, we go on to G, back down to E. have a choice for bowings in this passage. I like to hook my bow on the I like pizza, but you can also do it separate and it will still work out just fine. I just find that the hooking lets me give that little bit of emphasis that helps keep that rhythmic figure going. So then once we do that twice, we get into the melody, which starts on B on the A string. Now I'll mention, I'm also going to be posting the sheet music for this, and one thing I like about playing pop songs on the cello is that I think that the rhythms are not quite as strict as when you're playing classical music. So I'm not actually following all of the rhythms exactly, and they're not exactly how Coldplay does them. But I think that you have a little bit of choice in how you play them, and I would rather you do something that feels comfortable than really kind of just get too worried about doing exactly what the music says. So, that being said, I think that a few slurs in here help make the lyrical nature of it a little bit more recognizable. So I like to slur rule the world, the B and the C. Now we're going to cross over to the D string. And to do that, we're going to have a really curved left hand so that we can play our open A string and fourth on the G in the same bow. At least I like to do it in the same bow. A, G, B. A, G, B, D, E. I'll play that whole section. Then that happens again. Then we go back to our material at the beginning. Now when I played this through, I didn't play it both times, but you can do whatever you want. Let's play that much with the recording one more time. Let's make sure we're... So I kept going a little bit, but as you probably noticed, after that little instrumental break where we play the bass line again, we have a repetition 2 times of that same figure that we just learned. Then, after we do that 2 more times, At the end of the second time, there's something a little bit different. We have some triplets. We have B, A, G, G. And as you notice from my little squeak there, we really do have to think about that hand being nice and curved and the fingers on the fingertips. Then we're going to go into the next section, which involves us going up to third position. We're going to go to 3. On E. Shift back to C, second finger on the A string. Notes, we're back to that original material. So this is one of those sections where I don't think that the rhythm is really the most important thing, but we're getting down from D to B. And this is one of those places, like I just said, where use some creativity with the rhythm you use. You can try to imitate the rhythm of the singer, but let yourself have some fun. And then we go back. Again, this triplet. Now we're going to go up again to our third position. With first finger on D, so that's where our fourth finger usually goes. Then we shift back to open A. And then we're going between B and D. So for both of those passages, I like to slur the 3 triplets. Again, I think it gives it more legato. And then I also slur the next note. This time we go back up to our third position, and it's going to be slightly different. Here we go to fourth position to F sharp. We have a triplet with E and D. And then with our third finger, shift up to F sharp in fourth position. Back to first position. And then we get to the end. And then that is where we're going to end. I'm going to play it one more time with a recording. You notice at the beginning of this recording there's a little bit of silence because there's a metronome that helps you get the tempo in your head before you start. second half of the song is essentially a repeat of the first half, so by all means keep going if you want, but I hope that gives you some helpful tips on how to learn Viva la Vida. Again, I'll post the sheet music and I'll post the link to the play along. Thanks so much, and if you have any other suggestions for pieces we should play, just leave a comment on this video. Hope to see you soon.